Hey, Adirondack Club family, it's Colin bringing you this week's Coach's Corner. In this today we're going to talk about getting warmed up for sports. Now, we're going to talk more about the mental side of warming up because I've already filmed a video about appropriate warm-up. And what we're trying to do when we're trying to get focused for maybe a big game, is control our excitement. Our control in sports psychology, we talk about arousal. Okay, and it's an upside down U. So if you're not very excited, you're on one side, and you're way overexcited, you're on the other side, and your performance is going to improve to a certain point, and then it's going to start to, you're going to start losing performance gains when it comes to being excited. And you may have felt like this, like games you just have trouble kind of getting up for and getting excited for, or games you're so excited for, and you end up playing a bit with too much anxiety and too stiff, and you can probably see it in your team. And I do tend to laugh when I look at like NFL. These guys spend a lot of time in this kind of like middle to far end in pre-warm-ups for like an hour, and there's a lot of energy that's dumped out, and that's not for everybody, right? And you need to figure out what that excitement level is, and where it's kind of important is, like, it comes back to my warm-up video I've done in the past, is if you're doing just random things before you practice and random things before you go and have a game, it's tough to figure out what can get you consistently to the mark of like good excitement. Now, every day is going to be different. Some days it's going to be harder, some days it's going to be easier, and you're going to get too excited. But if you're doing different things every time for warm-ups, or listening to different music, or trying different things as a team, you may want to look at, like, let's stay consistent, let's keep our warm-ups consistent, and figure out what works, and then reflect on it, you know? So when you're looking at your pre-game routines, there may be certain musics, and maybe some music gets you too excited. You may be someone like me. I was always like really anxious and ready to go, so I had to listen to more calming music because I would not perform well. And some other people are really low energy and they need the up music. So what works for somebody else is not necessarily going to work for you, and that's a good place to start experimenting with your performance and through different things. And some people don't listen to any music, so it's figuring out what gets you excited, being around people, being alone, focusing on certain things, the movement, and on that. So very important piece when we talk about kind of the big components. The kind of psychological component of playing is a really important piece. Don't ignore it, because it can improve your performance, or as we've talked about, if you get too excited, it can hurt your performance. So there you go. That's this week's Coach's Corner. Let us know if you need any help. We'll be seeing you on the turf shortly.